Either I'm just being crazy, or maybe I should go and read the Pokemon website a bit more, because I did with Magearna and we got more information. Actually, we got a lot of information off of Magearna, and the same thing happened with the starter Pokemon. When I was going through the starters and get their moves and a bit more information about their personality and their attributes on the website, and then I was asking a lot of questions, and they're probably going to be answered if we go right here. So let's check out Pikipek, and I'm pretty sure we're actually going to understand what the abilities do for all the Pokemon as well. But I really like this. Let's get some information down. Category, Woodpecker Pokemon. I would have never guessed. It's called Pikipek. Now, I'm just saying, like, it's a woodpecker Pokemon. Also, when we go into its bio, Pikipek can strike 16 times a second with its beak. But I did want to show this Pokemon's a foot tall and weighs only 2 pounds. And I have a tape measure around, so I was thinking we can go and we can get a 1 foot measurement and put him on our shoulder right there. And that is a Pikipek. It's actually a little taller than I'd expect for a bird. Like, most birds you don't expect being like a foot tall when they look like that. You think like pigeons, which are more 8-ish. They're not super tall, and like that's height. I don't think it's width, including like the wingspan or something like that. So there we go. I recorded this video, and then I was like, wait a second. I actually want to know how much a foot is, because I was thinking foot's more like that, but no, it's a little more. That's pretty impressive for a little bird like that. And then we can go and check it out, and it can strike 16 times a second with its beak. At first, I was like, wait, that's a lot. And then I realized it's a woodpecker. It's supposed to be annoying. Well, not annoying. They just do their drilling and it makes a loud noise. But they're supposed to do it really fast. I don't know how many times a second that is. But my fingers are not as impressive as a Pokemon that's using its face and its beak to drill into things. So I think that's actually going to be pretty cool. And it makes a lot of sense on the skill link, because it's such a fast attacking Pokemon. It's going to land those 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're dead. Kind of idea. Now we just need to have enough damage and enough speed to make it work out. If this guy gets like a 110, 115 base speed, you choice band it and then you skill link everything to death, and I like it. Other than that, these strikes are powerful enough to not only drill through hard wood, but even shatter stone. And remember, it's just a foot tall bird. I don't even want to know what its evolution is capable of if this little guy can do that. Noises made by the blows can signal others to some of these. The signals have been identified as warning and greetings among allies. Pikipek trainers have grown to recognize them as well. That's actually pretty cool. That means if you're like a Pikipek master, you can be like, I hear a Pikipek in the distance. It's in trouble! Or, hello, Pikipek, and then like you even have like your own like little knocking noises, like you're just like, yep, I'm here. Hello, Pikipek. Something like that. Let's see. I like it. Like, this guy has a lot of depth for being that Pokemon that we didn't really know too much about. Just because it was the wireframe. So fortunately it hasn't disappointed, and the design is pretty solid as well. Pokemon drill holes in trees and store food in holes. They also like small glittering objects, so a little bit of magpie in him as well, from that lore wise, and will tuck away food in their stores as well. It's often said, something's lost, something missed, go check a Pikipek nest. Wait, something lost, something missed, check inside the Pikipek nest. Doesn't quite rhyme, but I'll let him get away with it. Also, it can tag distant opponents by zipping seeds at them. I'm an idiot. That's Bullet Seed. Skill Link, Bullet Seed. Alright, so we have like Fury Attack and then Bullet Seed. I think Fury Swipes does more damage though, so hopefully can actually get like maybe claws or something. I don't know. Feet swiping. Never mind. Either way, these shots have enough strength to embed the seeds in tree trunks. So Skill Link, we have Bullet Seed, we have a normal type move. Hopefully we get a new one. Like, when I was doing this, I was looking at all the skill link moves and stuff. Alright, like, none of these don't really seem like they work with a bird. I guess Bullet Seed makes sense, because we can see that even, like, Cinccino gets Bullet Seed. And a lot of Pokemon that aren't grass types get Bullet Seeds, because it's not hard to spit seeds at things. I didn't actually pull this up last time. It's probably not even that well in frame either. Do I have a better frame? Nope, I do not. Either way, Pokemon get it. Oh, yeah, it was a TM in the 4th generation as well. So, all kinds of Pokemon were able to get Bullet Seed. And then we can go back and check out Pikipek just a bit more. So, I like that. I'm hoping that they do introduce something. A flying type multi-hit move. I think that's actually needed for quite a few Pokemon. Like, well, I was thinking like with Fearow, you could give it Skill Link, but then that would take away from what Pikipek is doing. Either way, like, there needs to be some power added right here for like physical flying moves that isn't just fly and aerial ace. I think a multi-hit move would actually be just right. There we go. So yeah, it'll attack opponents by zipping seeds at them. Shots have enough strength to embed the seeds in tree trunks. That's crazy amounts of damage. And then we can go into Yungoos. So Yungoos has quite a bit on it. It's a big eater that is never satisfied. Also, it's a foot tall, or a foot long, I guess, in this situation. And it weighs 13 pounds, so a bit heavier. And it has the Stakeout ability while being called the Loitering Pokemon. That's an interesting name for a Pokemon. I would expect, like, ferocious Pokemon, heavy eater, big eater Pokemon. I don't know. Its big eater is never satisfied. The majority of its long body is given over to its stomach. Ugh. It's mostly stomach, what? And its digestion is also swift, so it's always hungry. The poor life of that thing. It has strong fangs, so it can crush and consume the hardest of objects. Makes sense with strong jaw. Each Yungoos chooses its own particular route for searching on its prey, stalks along this route searching for food until it's exhausted, at which point drops and sleeps wherever it may be. It's thought that these Pokemon decide their routes based on safety, so that there's no risk falling asleep at any time. That's interesting. I'm wondering if that means they're going to be all throughout Kalos, and maybe its evolution as, like, random Pokemon. Like, you're just walking, shaking bush, dashes out, boom, Pokemon battle with a Yungoos. Might make sense right there. And it just falls asleep in the middle of the place if it gets hungry. So that's a very aggressive Pokemon. It's like food, food, hungry, food, hunting, no food, done. Just sleeps until it feels better, and then it goes hunting again. That's pretty crazy. Yungoos is not a Pokemon that is native to the Alola. What? Yungoos is not a Pokemon that is native to the Alola region. It was brought to the region to help deal with the explosive population of a certain other Pokemon, and now Yungoos are commonly seen around the Alola region. So this is like a Zangoose. It's a viper thing that, you know, it's a species that was introduced that eventually became an overwhelming invasive wow, Pokemon's getting really deep. This is an invasive species on this Yungoos now, and it looks like it's terror. It looks like it's going to terrify some things right there, and it was meant to deal with another Pokemon that got out of control. And this is like real world in Pokemon because, like, yeah, invasive species are a big problem. Sometimes they're brought in through like ships and stuff and create unnatural problems. But other times it's like a man-made problem that goes out of control. It becomes like the dog that worried the cat that ate the rat that ate the something that Jack built in the house that Jack built, you know. Like, is this really what the Yungoos is up to now? I don't think this other Pokemon has been released. It doesn't seem like it's going to be for Grubbin, or it doesn't seem like it's going to be for Pikipek, and I don't think that this thing would like climb up a tree and get to a Pikipek too easily as well. So yeah, there is a yet-to-be-released Pokemon that actually has a relation to this Pokemon. That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Maybe, I'm like, is it really going to be a snake in that situation? Like, Mongoose to deal with a snake? But we already had that in 3rd generation, but that was an island region as well. Interesting stuff, but it is a pesky Pokemon either way. Some Yungoos have the ability to know the Pokemon discovered have previously had. This ability is known as Stakeout. Hey, I was trying to figure out what the Stakeout ability does. With the Stakeout ability, like, because when you think about it, it's like, what does Stakeout mean? Well, this Pokemon's moves can deal twice the normal damage to Pokemon that switch in or into the field mid-battle. That's, wait, that's a little too powerful. I would say that is a, what? Means a Pokemon command. So if you make a prediction, or if you're like, good, this is a reason why people should stop running U-turn and Volt Switch. I don't think that those moves are as fantastic as people give them credit for. Oh, I'm going to use U-turn. Oh, hey, I don't even need to make a prediction. You're just switching against me, and you're about to get wrecked, son. And that does double damage. That's a lot. And so here's actually that actually brings in a weird dynamic right now, because Strong Jaw is going to 50% boost your like Fang moves and your elemental attacks. So even if like the Fang moves get a small boost like to 70 power or 75 base power, hopefully, then that means like if they're switching, you're going to be getting more damage. Or also, I'm wondering this, into the field mid-battle, does this mean it's not even a switch? That if like say it's the second Pokemon to enter the game, like you just get to do a huge amount of damage to them? That doesn't make sense, because then you'd have double damage against every Pokemon in the game after the first Pokemon. But that's what mid-battle seems, because it says specifically switching or enters the field mid-battle. That's a lot of damage. So it looks like Strong Jaw is going to be like multi-coverage moves, but if you have Stakeout, then you're doing higher damage with your stab. Either just going to be a pure normal typing, might get a secondary typing as well. I think it does need dark typing, so that way you can crunch for some craziness. I don't know what to say. It's so good. So I guess they're going to have to just gut this Pokemon's like damage in some way, kind of like Diggersby. So a bit more attack than Diggersby, but does need speed to be viable, or else it's just not going to be that great. And I see it evolving into something that's a lot more swift and fast and agile and a more long Pokemon. This is going to be like Furret mixed with Linoone mixed with Zangoose with a little more ferocity in there is how I see that evolutionary line going. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Since Pokemon's so common in the Alola region, it's easy to catch one, but this Pokemon has a terrible temper when it's hungry and it demands a whopping amount of food. I don't think that's going to matter in battle or anything, but overall, like, yeah, so it seems like they're all over the region because they're an invasive species. Pokemon's getting deep with this, like, is there something wrong with the Alola region? Is everything okay? Are we actually, like, trying to prevent things from getting worse? That's, I just can't get over that Stakeout ability. Because it's like 50% on Strong Jaw or double on non-coverage moves. Interesting. Interesting. And then we also have the last Pokemon to talk about. Grubbin. There's nothing. Okay, there's nothing on Grubbin. Larva Pokemon. It's still a 1 foot. Grubbin. Grubbin. Like, that's a large Pokemon. If I saw a bug this big, I would run out of the house screaming like a little girl. I mean, little spiders, you know, get me scared sometimes. But and then it also has those like horns and stuff. It weighs 9 pounds. That thing's a weight. You can lift weights with that thing. It has the swarm ability, like bug Pokemon do. Grubbin relies on sturdy jaws as a weapon in battle, as a tool for burrowing through the earth. Grubbin loves electricity, which is why it can be found near power plants and substations. There a power plant? Is that like what one of those things in the Alola region that we saw was? Okay. By wrapping tree branches with sticky threads that spews from mouth, it can swing around like an actor. Suspension on suspension wires. Is this guy... Grubbin's going Spider-Man. Oh my goodness, that would be absolutely terrifying. You're walking through the woods, and suddenly a foot-long beetle comes flying at you like Spider-Man. That's how you make the most girly noise ever. But what I don't understand is his fascination for electricity. So another bug electric Pokemon that isn't Galvantula, that probably turns into some kind of beetle, like horn clenching, just crunching claw horn beetle thing craziness. I don't know bug species, but that seems about right. Also bug catching in keeping with all those trends. Okay, so Yungoos, I think its design is kind of weird, but I mean, I feel it's going to evolve into something a lot cooler. Like, I felt the same with Heliolisk. Like, Helioptile, I didn't think looked that cool, but Heliolisk definitely looks really cool. I think it's mostly like this. This just looks like a bad haircut to me. And maybe just, I don't know. It's not that bad of a Pokemon. There's definitely a worse Pokemon out there, and you can't have a perfect series of, like, you can't have a perfect generation of Pokemon all being perfect. I do like its lore, though. Like, the more I read about this, the more I think it's cool. Like, the Stakeout ability is definitely something, and its deeper lore aspects with these certain other Pokemon is something pretty cool. So, yeah, we got a lot of small Pokemon. Like, I mean, if you're standing up, a foot isn't a lot, so I guess sitting down kind of makes it feel a lot more because I don't have that advantage over it. But either way, cool stuff. Electric, something, hopefully dark, and then we have Bird. I just love Pikipek. It's such a cool Pokemon, and I might as well talk about the cool features because Battle Royale, did we figure out anything else? Everyone can feel the thrill of battle. 4 trainers jumbled in a battle together. Rules are simple. Each of the 4 trainers chooses 3 Pokemon. Oh, it's only 3. Okay. Sends 1 Pokemon to battle. Then why did it show 6? That's unfortunate. I got that wrong, too. The battle is over at the end of any turn when all Pokemon 1 trainer has fainted. The players are ranked. Oh, never mind. This isn't... Ooh, and a victor is decided based on the number of Pokemon each defeated and each Pokemon has remaining in play. While these rules are simple, they allow players a new way to enjoy battle. So it's not a direct free-for-all battle style where you attack everyone. The winner is the Pokemon that is, or the person that's last standing. But I think this is better. I think this is better because when one trainer faints and then everyone else is ranked, you have to play that into your accounts. Like, okay, I have the ability to finish off this guy. He's down to his last Pokemon, but I've only knocked out 1 other Pokemon. That guy's knocked out 2 Pokemon, or 3 Pokemon. So that, like, or something like that on the ranking. It's like my Pokemon taking more damage than his. So I have to knock out his Pokemon to reduce his overall ranking to pull mine up before we finish off that guy and then in the battle. And then the other guy's like, I have the advantage. I need to finish off this guy right now. And I think that that's actually going to be a lot more dynamic. I think that's definitely going to have a lot more strategy involved for getting really good at these Battle Royale battles. Because I'm thinking, like, yeah, if you're in like a Skype chat or if you're in a group chat with someone about it, you have to tell them, it's like, yo, you can't finish him off right now because you will lose and that guy will win. So don't do that unless they want to do it. It's like, well, you know, this is like Monopoly or something when it's like, you've screwed me over in life. So I'm going to make sure you lose, even if it means I'm losing or something like that. So Battlecure's constructed stage, so it truly is a melee. View gallery. Cool stuff. We have paralysis, status. Oh yeah, so it is 3 Pokemon. I thought it looked like 6. And then, like, I like the punches, the fist symbols hitting everyone. Popplio, Litten, Rowlet, stuff. Yep, Pikachu. Level 15s. Cool. I think that's all there is to it. So, a lot of information. I covered Magearna in the last video. It has Soul Heart, and it gets stats whenever a Pokemon faints on the field. Like, if you can keep Magearna, like, on the field for a long time, either, like, through Protect, I can't really think about a thing. Like, just Protect, knock out opponent, have your ally go down, and then you're at +2, and then you just win. Now, I'd imagine that if it's not a super fast Pokemon, it is mythical, so it might have 100 all the base stats. But if it isn't super fast, you might want Scarf. But then that means you can't Protect, so you have to be very safe on that. And then you snowball it for victory. I don't know. If you guys enjoyed the video, this is some pretty cool stuff going on right here. Hope y'all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.